All right, guys, just on the way to a baseball game, and I just started thinking about weight loss and some tips that some people might consider. First of all, when we think about weight loss, there are several components to it. I mean, we can go on for days and days on diet, exercise, what type of foods to eat, what type of exercise is best, which program works better. There's so many different facets to it. But today I just want to focus on let me just talk about the fundamentals of it. Some people might argue that it's calories in versus calories out, and to a certain extent that's true. Some people might argue that genetics also plays a key part with respect to weight loss. I also completely believe that is true. But really, to be honest, it starts off with just your metabolism. How much energy do you need to have? How much energy are you burning per day? And so what we really have here for someone who might be a little bit overweight, and here's an example I like to give. Just think about it. Let's say, for example, you're driving. I'm driving right now. I have a little Volkswagen Jetta, and I might get about 30 miles to the gallon, or 30 miles a gallon. This is my energy that I'm using to get from point A to point B. Okay. Some cars might get 40, some might get 50, some might get 20. So when we talk about weight loss, what we're trying to do is increase our metabolism. We're trying to get this 30 miles per gallon car to burn at about 10 miles per gallon. We want this bad boy to be like supercharged up. We want to just use fuel. As soon as we turn it on, we're on E already. Okay, and so that's what we're technically trying to do with our body. We're trying to take that fuel efficient car and turn it into a gas guzzler. So how do we do that? First of all, it takes time. It really takes time. I was reading an article the other day about The Biggest Loser and how these folks lose 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 80 pounds in 6-7 months. And then within a year, guess what? They gained it all back. And so what's happened is that their body still has not fully adjusted to the new metabolism. So they might have went from burning 50 miles per gallon to 40, and were just driving the hell out of that car that's getting 40 miles a gallon. I mean, burning up a hell of a lot of miles, and in that case, using a hell of a lot more fuel, but their body has still not transitioned to a gas guzzler. So how do we do that? Well, step one, lift weights. Let's turn that 4-cylinder into a 6-cylinder. And let's turn that 6-cylinder into an 8-cylinder. Let's make this bad boy. You gotta lift weights. You gotta get bigger muscles. You gotta get bigger muscles because these muscles require energy. Fat does not burn energy. Muscles do. So we have to get bigger muscles. Now, let's say bigger muscles, you don't have to be a bodybuilder or what have you. You might let's just say, for example, you are 150 pounds. Let's just say 200 for numbers' sake. And you're 25% body fat. So that means that basically you have, in essence, 150 pounds of basically muscle and bones, and you got 50 pounds of fat. So our goal is to increase that muscle to, let's say, 5 pounds. And so how do we do that? Well, we increase our muscle mass. Well, you can do multi-joint exercises. What I mean by that, multi-joint exercises with resistance. That could be bench press, that could be squats, that could be plyometrics where you're jumping, things like that. But those are all multi-joint exercises. The more joints that are involved in the exercise, the more metabolism, the bigger the muscles that we're going to get. So think of it that way. So that's step one, get bigger muscles. Okay, step two is to increase our oxygen intake. Think of it this way. I have a fireplace at home, and before, back when I was growing up, we didn't have a gas fireplace. We just had to get some logs, and we put the logs on the fire, and my dad would put little small pieces of paper and make little small fires, and put the bigger wood up and make big fires. They get the fires get bigger, and then what some people would do, if you look back in the old days, they would have like this big old bellow and they would pump oxygen on, and the more oxygen they pumped on that fire, it got bigger. So what does that mean? The more oxygen that you use, the more energy that you're going to burn. How do we get more oxygen? Cardio. Cardiovascular exercise is really one of the keys to it. You know, you have to use more oxygen. You have to use more oxygen. So that's going to be the second key. And then the third one, and the most important one, and my dad would say it best, man's hardest workout is pushing that plate away. The diet is the key. You cannot exercise off excess calories. You cannot. It's impossible. Excuse me. It's not impossible, but you're going to work like hell to really burn off that extra energy. So what you want to do is minimize what you're eating. Let's start eating foods with more nutrients in it. Let's get rid of the crap that we eat that has zero nutrients in it. I mean, it has calories, but there's nothing else that goes along with it. And that's why a lot of times people are constantly eating, because they're not getting the other vitamins and minerals that they essentially need, and their body's saying, hey, I need more. It might not even say I'm hungry. It just says I need more nutrients. You know, I mean, something you can possibly get out of a multivitamin. So we got to start eating foods that are whole. I know fast food is great, it's quick, what have you, but it's garbage. I mean, if you really think about it, I went to the store the other day and I bought, I want to say 8 chicken breasts for about $4. You can go to a Kentucky Fried Chicken or Popeyes and get 8 pieces of chicken. Some of them, I mean, they got specials on Tuesday. 8 chickens, 8 pieces of chicken, some fries, and a drink for like $5-6. I mean, what kind of chicken are we eating if you really think about it? I mean, really, if you think about it, what type of chicken are you eating where you can get 8 of them bad boys, you know, some fries and a drink for the same amount of money that I had to buy what I bought from the store. Now, of course, yeah, they buy it in bulk, what have you. Yeah, these are not chicken breasts that they're giving you, so you're actually buying the cheaper part of the chicken. But if the food is that cheap, that should be like ding, 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 newsflash, this is not good for me. So we have to start to really, and that'll be my fourth key, but we really got to start cooking our foods. You know, well, I don't have time. Yes, you do. I mean, you have to learn how to be efficient, learn how to multitask. I mean, I remember one time I was at the store and I saw a lady with 5 kids. And she was able to handle all 5 of those kids at one time. I mean, if you're talking about multitasking, that's multitasking. They have a kid that's 15, one that's 12, one that's 10, one that's 7, and got a 2-year-old, and she's able to handle all 5 of them. That's multitasking at its finest. A lot of us don't have that type of stress or have that big of a family. But if you do, you already have the experience of multitasking. Figure it out. I mean, one thing I use is a crock pot. Put the food in there, season it up, boom. You've done in 5-10 minutes. As far as the actual work, it's not that much time. It's just how creative are you? It's your thinking, things like that. You got to really start to think more. Okay, well, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to incorporate better habits. Eating out is not going to work for me. It's quick, fast, but it's really damaging to your body. So how do I cook? And it's real easy. I mean, a crock pot. Something else that I do a lot of is that I cook some of the food and then I'll just freeze it. And then, hey, I want it again, pull it out, throw it in the microwave, boom, you're done. Now, it's not as, I guess, tasteful as you might get at a fast food restaurant, but it can be though. I mean, you really get a chance to experiment with different flavors, different seasoning. I mean, you really get a chance to play around. And so it's 2 miles. People always say I don't have time, but you really need to learn how to make time. So anyway, guys, those are my quick and dirty tips for weight loss. If you want, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a website, dynamictrainer.com. Sign up. I will send you out workout plans. I will send you out meal plans. I will send you out just different info. I just want to give you more information because, guys, I mean, 1/3 of America's obese. Come on now. Something's not right. Anyway, just remember, life is dynamic, but so are you.